Hey everybody, so in this video we're going to be attacking the SCCM environment through SMB relaying. The two requirements that we need are going to be any domain credentials along with one SMB server that has SMB signing set to false. And because of this misconfiguration, we'll be able to perform relaying against that machine. What's going to be fruitful or impactful is going to be once we get that authentication back, we may be admin access on that machine, which may lead to further attacks, such as W credentials. This will be done through the lens of a pen testing engagement, so we won't be concerned with alerts or detections, and we'll be performing this on a Kali machine. I performed this against several environments or organizations whenever I was a consultant, so I do see this in the real world, and SCCM attacks in general are great to be familiar with, because now that things like ADCS are getting fixed, you'll need other techniques to perform. So we'll start off with giving a little bit further explanation onto this attack, go into the lab and perform this actual attack. I'll be using GOAD SCCM, which is great to use. I have it in a cloud environment. And then at the end, we'll briefly go over some of the remediations on how to fix this. So I created this GitHub page that'll give you all the steps and commands that I'll be performing in this video, along with some links to the tools that I'll be using and then some remediations as well. I'll also be updating this as I make more SCCM videos, so feel free to reference this as needed through my videos. So now to get into this attack that we're doing. And whenever you're performing pen tests, one of the most common techniques is to perform SMB relaying. You identify which systems have SMB signing set to false. You set up tools like NTLM Relay X, or maybe do some coercion, and you get some authentication, but it ends up being low privileges and it doesn't really lead you anywhere. However, what makes SCCM so interesting is that whenever they're creating SCCM in an environment, they create this container in Active Directory called System Management Container, and they put those SCCM servers in this container, which is also how some tools identify SCCM machines, is that they look at this container and they're like, okay, all those machines in those containers are related to SCCM. But anyways, whenever you're creating this container and you're putting these machines in there, you also need to put some of the machines to be admin on other SCCM machines in this container, such as the site server. So whenever you do the relay and you grab the authentication, you may be admin access on that machine. And to kind of show you how all this looks, I created a very high-tech graphic that I'll be presenting to you. You might even think that it's AI, but trust me, this is all handmade. So let's get over there and then see how this would look at a high level. All right, so here's how it's all going to look in picture form. We're going to have our Kali machine, which is going to be us. We're going to be the malicious attacker. And we're going to have two systems. One will just say a server 1, and this is going to be an SCCM server. And the other one's going to be server 2, which is also going to be an SCCM server. However, this one's going to have SMB signing set to false, right? And we're going to have on our Kali machine, we're going to set up NTLM Relay X. And using a set of low-level credentials or any credentials, we're going to perform coercion or trick this server 1 to authenticate to us. So we're going to do a coercion to this server 1. It's going to make an authentication to us, and our NTLM Relay X is going to capture this authentication, and we're going to relay it to the server 2. So it's still going to be authentication from server 1, relay it to server 2, and what we're going to get back is going to be a session on this machine as server 1. And we're hoping that this server 1 has admin or special privileges on this server 2. And what we'll do after that, through proxy chain, we'll use something like secrets dump to dump credentials, and then once we obtain hashes, then we can pass those out and do pass the hash against other systems that don't have SMB signing set to false, that have it set to true, that we couldn't originally relay to, and we'll perform pass the hash against those and obtain a session on those machines also as session 1. What we could also do is once we're authenticated onto this server 2 as server 1, once we have this authentication, then we can do stuff like read the file shares off of server 2. We may have read-write access on these systems, and one of the possible attack paths that you can explain in, say, like the report or during the debrief to show the impact of this access is that on this server 2 there may be sensitive file shares, such as software that gets distributed through SCCM, and you can say, hey, we have write access to these software that get distributed to all these systems. with this access, we may be able to change the packages to contain malware. And with explaining something like that, that'll show more of the impact of what you may do with this sort of access if you end up with just read-write access on these file shares on this system. There may be other attacks that you may be able to perform with the access that you've obtained through this. However, in this video, we'll mainly be focusing on dummy credentials, since that's usually a go-to and what I usually always see whenever I perform these SMB relaying. And in this case, since we're using GOAD SCCM environment, we have this diagram right here to kind of see what machines we're going to be attacking. So we're going to be coursing Mecum to authenticate to MS SQL, and in this diagram we'll see that Mecum is admin over MS SQL because Mecum's also the site server, so that's why it has that special privileges. So in a real environment, you might not know which servers have admin access over each other. Usually it will be the site server that has admin access over it, but you might see like 10 different SCCM servers and you might not be able to clearly identify which ones have that admin access, so you might just do some trial or error, just coerce and relay against different machines to see which one have that access. So like if I were to coerce MS SQL against Mecum, I'll notice that it doesn't have admin access, so I'll try vice versa, and I'll notice that I do have admin access. And in real environments, if I see less than maybe like 10 SCCM servers, I might only find maybe 1 or 2, if that have SMB signing set to false, just because SMB signing set to false is a pretty well-known misconfiguration. So let's get into actually performing this attack. Alright, the first thing we have to do is identify all these systems in SCCM, and to do that we use one of the tools called SCCM Hunters, and we'll be using the find module. So we'll use the SCCM Hunter find module. You'll pass it credentials of a domain account. Any account is fine, it's just to enumerate or get access to Active Directory, and then just pass it the domain. So in this case it's going to be sccm.lab, and then you give it the IP address of one of the domain controllers. You kick that off and it'll start enumerating the environment for SCCM. It'll look at that system management container and also perform LDAP strings of things like SCCM or Mecum for any machines that might have that in the computer name. And then to check the configurations to see things such as the roles of the servers, or if they have SMB signing set to true or false, you just recall the same command except you put the module SMB. In this environment that I set up, I have some wacky stuff going on that is giving me some errors, but in a real environment, if you just run that SMB module, it'll find and fill out all of this, and I'll put a screenshot of what a real environment might look like, so you can see these columns look like filled out. Or if you have a list of machines, you could just use like netexec and then scan that and see which systems have SMB signing set to false, like these right here. So in this case, we'll be using MS SQL and Mecum to performing the coercion and relaying. And of course, I have all of these commands in the GitHub, so it'll show the find, the check the configs, and then to show all this as well. Since we'll be using NTLM relay X, here's my proxy chains config file, so I just have that at 1080. And then I'll start up NTLM relay X, and I'll have it set to the IP address of MS SQL, and I'll put the flag for SMB2 support to grab that authentication, and then SOCKS, that way I'll get a SOCKS connection and I can use proxy chain for further attacks. So I'll have that running, and then in my other terminal I'll use a coercion of Petit Potam, because that one pretty much always works against any servers, and I'll just pass it any domain credentials. This one's a low-level account. I'll give it the IP address of my machine, and if you don't know your machine IP address, go to ifconfig and then look for the IP address that's in that same network. And then this one's going to be the machine that I'm going to coerce or trick to authenticate to me, which is going to be that Mecum server. I'll kick that off and I'll see the attack worked. So I'll go back to my NTLM relay X terminal and I'll see that the authentication was successful. And if I look at my SOCKS, I'll see that I have authentication against that .12, so this is a MySQL server, as Mecum, and the admin is set to true. So right away, one of the things that I could do is I could just make a connection through SMB on that machine as this account. And to do that, we'll just use proxy chain and packet SMB client. We'll give it this username right here, which is going to be Mecum. Make sure to put the $ to show that it's the computer account. We'll be targeting that machine that we have the authentication as, which is shown right here. And then we'll be doing no pass because we're just going to be using that session, not passing a password. And if I look at shares, I'll see the shares. As admin, you'll have access to the admin or the C share. So we could even look at that, and we'll use C. We'll use C with the $. And if we do this, we can now access this machine. We can even put some files onto there, which I have just a text txt file that just says this is a test. And if I were to list it, now I see test.txt. I can get files from here with just the git command. And if I exit it out, then I'll see that it grabbed those files as well. And you'd be able to do this against any shares that's on this machine because you have admin access on. If they're network shares, there might be some permission issues, but you'll notice that you have a lot of access onto these shares. So from here is where you would say, hey, we have admin access to these shares. Make sure to screenshot which shares you do have admin access to, and you could say that you could change the packages on here to distribute malware. At least that's something that an attacker can do. And then the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to dump credentials. We're going to use secrets dumps with proxy chain. So we're going to use a similar command like the SMB client, except we're just going to use secret dump. So the command will look like this. Again, all this information we'll be grabbing from our SOCKS connection. Use secrets dump and then make sure to put no pass. And whenever we execute this, it'll start dumping the credentials. The only thing that you may have to battle is EDR or anything that might block it. However, I noticed that in a lot of environments, this does go through. So what I will do here is I'll grab the hash of this machine, which I don't have authentication of right now, and then I'll perform a pass the hash, and I'll pass that to all the machines or the other SCCM machines to see what kind of access I have to it. And the reason for this is that in real environments, I'll typically see SCCM servers that have SMB signing set to true, so I can't relay against. However, with pass the hash, I can grab that NTLM hash, and now I can get authentication to those servers that I couldn't get authentication to through relaying. Another thing you could look at is the local administrator account, and you can pass the hash of this one to see if there's any shared administrator accounts. And also, I believe in this environment, this Go admin is an admin account on this server. So in rare environments, you might see just these random accounts that they use as local admin. And I'd perform pass the hash with this account like this. And just make sure to use local auth since it's a local account. And in this case, just on the MS SQL server, it is admin access on it. These are the two common attack paths that I see with SMB relaying. It's dumping credentials and then having privileged access or write access on some critical shares. All right, so now let's go over the remediations. And the thing here to fix is going to be to enforce SMB signing on all the servers. And I linked Microsoft documentation. They're going to be done through the group policy, so that's for the client and here's for the server. Just set that to 1, so that will be enabled. And then after that, make sure that you're doing frequent audits. There was one case in a real environment that I was testing in that I identified one SCCM server amongst many of their servers, but only one had SMB signing set to false. And whenever we went through the debrief, because this is the attack that I performed against the network, one of them, whenever we went to the debrief, we found out that even though they're aware that SMB signing should be set to true and that they've been hardening their environment, however, they just stood up a new SCCM server and they forgot to enforce SMB signing. So they didn't have this frequent audit or frequent checking to ensure that they have their SMB servers signing set to true. And also part of the process for standing up servers apparently didn't have this check to ensure that they're doing this for new servers as well. So just things to keep in mind and to talk with the client just to make sure that they have those kind of processes in place. The next ones are going to be monitoring. So these actually be great for purple teams, pairing up with their detection team and rerunning these tools, making sure that they have proper detections in place for these common attacks. I linked one for Splunk. I saw some other ones for other security products as well. I'm not trying to make a preference to Splunk specifically, but they did have this posted on their page on how to detect petit putem. So this would be great to set up and to rerun to see if they're able to detect it Also detections for tools such as secrets dump for dumping credentials. I've been in environments where I've run secrets dump and then they ended up detecting it and confirming with me that that was my activity. So it is possible, and again, these two would be great for purple teams, running different coercion tools, running different tools for credential dumps, and making sure that they have some good detections in place would also be handy as well. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I'd also highly recommend looking at SpecterOps' Misconfiguration Manager GitHub page. It shows a lot more attacks, and I'll be creating some more videos on some other attacks that I've commonly used. I've been doing SCCM attacks for a little over a year now, and it's given me some really good success. So just another thing to look at whenever you're doing tests. It is very pen testy, and that it's easy to do whenever you have like a Kali box that you can do relaying and coercion. For red teaming, it is a lot harder because sometimes you'll need special permissions that you might have to gain access to, and then you'll have to worry about doing relaying, which may be noisy in the network. So very good to use for pen testing. Highly recommend, if you're not looking at it, to look at it now, and I'll be doing some more videos on some more common attacks related to SCCM. I just need to fix some things in my lab because setting up SCCM, even with GOAD, can be a pain sometimes. So thanks for watching.